Oh,
All right, we're live.
all right, cool.
So we're going live. Jaden has some information he'd like to share, and then he said he wants to go over some Q&A as well. So, Jaden, I'm going to go ahead and let you kind of take over from here.
All right, I got you. So, what's uh? Let me see. So if I exit out, it still shows. It still shows me, right?
I see you. Hmm.
So wait, let me see this. Okay,
No,
so
I don't
I'm
see
going
you.
off my phone to Facebook. You don't see me.
Nope, not
Damn,
anymore. Now I
that's
do.
hard. Um. All right. Okay, so main question. First off, thank you, Jamal Bryant, because he helped me out with that college scholarship and apartment. Sorry, throat. But yeah, I thank him for that. And my but what else? What else? What was I about to say? The reason, yeah, I want to tell y'all, I'm fine now. I'm safe. Reason why I left, pretty obvious. My mom was using me and all of that stuff. So when my sister said that she left because my mom kept using money and she didn't have none. I didn't believe her, but now really I do. And I was pissed off. And I also apologize for like the suicidal thoughts and all of that stuff. Because, I actually did want to kill myself and all of that. But like let's just say conversation with her is highly triggering and it was stressful, repeatedly stressful for me because I was doing a bunch of stuff. I wanted to state to y'all that her interview with Dr. Ophelia, I don't know how it worked, but to my knowledge, she has stated, "Do not send money to me or my sister." Now, today, I had a conversation with someone I recently talked to. Well, like previously, I talked to. Her name was Brooke Witherspoon, whatever her name was. And then she said she was on the live with Dr. Ophelia and with my mother. And so, at this point, I'm pretty sure my mom disowned me, but I could care less. But to me, I had said on air that my mom had said to Dr. Ophelia on the interview to not, she had stated, my mother that is, had stated not to send me nor my sister money because we don't deserve it. We're scam artists. Said I know exactly where my sister is. I'm just using this scenario to get ahead and all of that stuff. And she pretty much denounced both me and my sister's name just flat out blatantly. And so that's the reason why. Well, that's not complete reason why I left. She also just kept pissing me off. She says she didn't give a motherfucking thing about me. Pardon my language, y'all. If y'all younger viewers out there, I repeat, don't swear. But like, yeah, she kept saying all of that, and then I was irritated. And so my last straw was I came home from my cousin Pipe's house yesterday because she kept yelling at me and was like, "I'm not opening." She was doing too much. She was like, "I'm not opening my door for you no more." 'Cause I left out the house again because she was on the same bullshit. You're gonna fill this out, right?
Fill this out.
It's Teresa.
Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Wait. So yeah.
Am I
So
going to fill it out? It's recording.
fill. Oh, no what? Hey, I'm sorry for venting.
That's okay.
No, what? Whatever. I'm yeah. So I left out the house again because my mother she was on the same stuff. So I need to get ahead. And then she was like, "You leave out that door. I'm not opening my." Okay. He was like, "You leave," and I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Then go. I don't give a motherfucking thing. Go. This is my house. You follow rules in my house." And then I get that. That's the next thing. I get that. And then I'm gonna come back the next morning. After my interview with Jamal. No. Not after. Um, I came back home the next day, and then all my stuff was in there. I talked to Jamal Bryant in my room, she had, so previously she was like, you ain't gonna close the door at all in my motherfucking house. So she had stopped um me from closing the door and all of that stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. And but that was fine. I did the interview with Jamal Bryant and all of that. And then she told me to get out because, she had to spray my room down with like bed bug repellent and all of that crap. And I was like, okay, cool. So then I went for a walk. I came back. She had all my shit in the corner. She threw it all in a corner. And like I was like, what? She was like, Marcus buy you a bus and all of that. So I was like, well, yeah, all of that. And then she was like, good. No, I don't care. Go. And I was like, okay. I went into the room. All my stuff is in a corner. I have like, this is it's ridiculous. I have my computer in. She threw that in the corner. All this clothes and stuff she put in the corner. Um, my chargers, my stuff is all laid out on the table and all of this crap. So I have to organize all my stuff, get ready to leave, right? And so, that's happening, and I'm like, okay, cool. So then, in the background, I'm hearing her talk. She goes on live with Dr. Ophelia, but before that, Dr. Ophelia had come up. She was like, all right, it's confirmed that Pastor Jamal Bryant had given him a college degree and all of this stuff. So that is confirmed. But like I talked to, she said, Dr. Ophelia, right? She said she talked to you and or watched the video of you, and then that when I said that she had made me pay rent, right? But let me correct that. I didn't even say she made me pay rent. I meant to say it was like me paying rent because majority of my money was going to her regardless. But it wasn't like paying rent. It was pretty much just for home appliances and all of that and food. So majority of that stuff, it wasn't really going to me. But like, yeah. And so she went on live talking about that. She started out. She was like, "Well, Brenda's becoming a great mother." She was like, "She lost you 14 years, and now she's back caring for you and all of that." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm seeing this." I'm like, "Bruh, for real?" And then she comes up, Dr. Odelia, that is. She comes up. She's like, "What's that scenario with Jaden and work?" She was like, he don't work. He doesn't have a job. He's had 3 opportunities for job. But note, I was doing schoolwork. Well, schoolwork, IT work. Still didn't get ready to spend it yet. All right. And so this is going crazy. Right. I'm trying to finish my work. She hackling on me. So majority of my stuff we just leaving and stuff. And if I don't leave with them, she gets upset, right?
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, and all of this crap. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But like her way of thinking me making money was just me doing some work and they pay me money. And note, that's not how it worked. I was supposed to complete my IT, get paid a $2,000 check, then automatically get a job. But that's not how it went out. So then we were like all of this crap, and then she said he never paid for anything in this house. Um, I have chores and stuff that he needs to do. So he was like, I don't want to get my hands dirty because I was cleaning the tub, I was cleaning the bathroom. I don't want to get my hands dirty with bleach and all of that stuff. She said she had bought an appliance for me to clean it with, and no, I'm the one buying all of this stuff, and she's like saying she's the one purchasing all of it. So I'm like, what? And but see, she's saying I never paid for nothing for a day in my life, and that's a bold-faced lie. And so, um, what happened was I was just pissed off, and then she gone. The last straw was no. I left out after this. The last straw was she was like she said on air he know exactly where Ramaya is. He see no. She just said I knew exactly where she was. I'm a scammer. Me and my sister are scammers. She told blatantly on the air, do not donate to either me or my sister because we don't deserve it, and that we scammers, and that we're just trying to get ahead in life and all of that. And I'm like, yo, so the sister that's been missing, my sister that's been missing for the longest time, you just told nobody look for her, nobody do that. And I'm telling her, I don't know where she is. And she just thinking I'm lying, right? She's delusional. And so that just snapped with me. And then she gonna bring up the fact that my other sister, I don't think none of y'all know, she's my older sister. Her name was Lexus. She brings up, she was like, I have to deal with the grief of losing my daughter and all of this stuff. And I was told that she didn't really care about Lexus. See, my thing is like, you have all these kids. First, you have all these kids. They leave, and like you're like telling me, the last two of us, really the last two of us, me and my sister, we've been going for 14 years. We get back to the family one by one till my sister comes back up there. She's like, cool. You lose her. And then I come up here, you lose me, and it's all over. It's like you're not trying to find my twin sister or none of this. It's like, what's more important, your actual blood, or are you just like, you just don't care? Because it seems like she just focusing on the wrong stuff. She's just focusing on currency, money, and all of this stuff. Because she told me not to do an interview with Marcus or none of these people for this, for example, because she said they ain't paying you enough in the first place. I'm like, I don't care about the money. I care about the platform in order to save my twin sister from these streets, right? So that didn't make no sense for me, and it was ridiculous. And okay, wait, Miss Teresa, I wanted to like see. So when I roll down my screen real quick, you can't see me, but can you hear me
I can
clearly?
hear you. Yep.
All right, cool. Because I'm gonna go to Facebook real quick.
Okay.
You can still hear me, right?
Yep. Can hear you. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. And so I just want to tell everybody, yeah, I'm fine. Uh, I'm doing good, and thank you, everyone. Natalie McConney, Danny Davis, Tanisha. I don't know how to say your last name. It's Oma Sigo. Amaya Train. Everybody on Facebook that was worried about me because I really wanted to like commit suicide in that act. But I'm sorry about that. But I just wanted to clear up the air about that. And hold on, I'm about to go to the story. See what questions y'all had, cause I did not catch those. Let me see. Um. So yeah, I did create a GoFundMe. So I was wondering if you guys could help donate. So like, yeah, y'all kept asking, is the church paying for it? Truthfully, I don't know. But I wanted to get out of here as fast as I can because um, I want to get away from my mother because she just pissed me off. But she just pissed me off, and any financial assistance to you right now, haven't really talked to him yet. I'm gonna say that here.
Are you looking? Are you still there, Jaden? Jaden? He'll probably be right back on, guys. I'm not sure what happened. I know he was looking at something about Pastor Jamal Bryant, and yesterday when I spoke to him, he said that he hadn't received any emails with information just yet. So he might be looking at his email.
There we go. Oh snap, that was my fault. Okay, so what the? Okay, so I went on Facebook. I clicked on it because I saw Natalie McConney asking questions, right? So I clicked on it, and then I saw myself, and I was like, "Oh, snap!" And I think I disconnected for a hot
Okay.
minute. But yeah, so true. Pastor Jamal Bryant did do a lot for me. I haven't really reached out yet because I think Marcus is doing that as we speak. But like, I didn't know about that yet. But I was pretty much trying to get it into my own hands because I wanted to leave immediately because it just pissed me off. And yeah, the fact is, it's like you're really worried about money instead of like your own daughter that's missing. The son that pretty much bought you enough stuff. You're telling nobody to give him money, don't do jack, and all of this stuff. And she's like, I don't have a problem with him or none of that. Don't order stuff. Okay, so yes, I messed up my first week there. I ordered stars on her TV, which I believe was my account, but it wasn't. So that was connected to our affinity. That's what I did. And I ordered OnlyFans. So yeah, but that wasn't on her TV. That was with my own money on my account. So that was that. But like the rest of this crap, she telling everybody that it pissed me off. And so I was just irritated with that. And yeah, I left at the house. No, all my clothes, my computer, my speaker, um, all my shoes, essential stuff is still over there. So I'm gonna have to, well, go back over there. But yeah, it was just irritating today. You got any questions, Miss Teresa?
Tiff put a question in the comments. She asked if there's a domestic violence place that you can go. She's thinking that emotional abuse might count for you, even though you're 18 years old, if you need to leave immediately.
Well, so what happened was I left yesterday. So these last few days, I've been sleeping over at my cousin Mark Pipe's house,
Mm.
and like, yeah, he's a good guy. He let me sleep over there, so I was like, okay, cool. And then this last time, I thought it was gonna be fine, but I came home. She threw all my stuff in the corner. She was like, "All right, get ready to leave." I'm like, "Whatever." She just pissed me
Um,
off. And when, I mean, don't look for my sister. Don't donate to me or my sister. This is all a scam. Okay, so when I go out, I cut out. So can you read me the questions that people keep asking me? Because I'm getting
yeah,
it from Facebook, and I
yeah,
see T. Ingram replies to Christian. I have no idea. So can you read the questions off, please? Because
yeah,
when I
yeah,
look,
yeah.
it's complicated.
So,
But what I was saying was, go ahead.
okay, I was just saying, Natalie asked if Pastor Jamal has offered any financial assistance to you at all yet.
So I was saying that Mark is in Lee right now because I haven't really talked to him yet, and I was trying to get out here as fast as I can. So I tried to put it into my own hands, but I don't know yet. I didn't know that I have to get down to Atlanta in order to do like that housing and stuff. So yeah.
Mhm. So you have to basically
Anything else?
you haven't gotten any help or offer to help to get down to Atlanta. It's just once you get down there. So,
Yeah, pretty
okay.
much. So I'm trying to get down there as fast as I can.
Have you received the email from him with the resource links yet?
Haven't checked. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I think
Mhm.
that was supposed to be sent over a weekend. I don't know. My email's clouded, but I
Gotcha.
did talk to a guy over the phone. I'll check the email link.
Do you have a
I'll
way to
see.
contact him directly now? Are you guys connected now where you can communicate directly?
Yeah, he's a busy guy though. It's
Yeah,
like
of course.
we set up like this link between me, Marcus, and him. So that was that.
Uh-huh. Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So that's that. And yeah. If anybody's gonna ask when I ever gonna come back, let me just blatantly state this. No. God no. I am not going to ever. At all. At all am I ever going to. But yeah. Um okay, so when I go out of this, you can still hear me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so somebody texted me on nope. Somebody texted me on ah
You there with us? Oh, now we can see you. I think we kind of lost you for
All
a
right.
second.
I know that keeps happening because I had it out.
Mhm.
Because like I see the video on Facebook, right? And I don't know if I exit out, I X out this live. So that's what I'm trying to
Gotcha.
find what I need to say. But at the same time, I'm trying to see if I'm still connected. So I'm gonna
Right.
try it one more time. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Because we can't hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Now we can, yeah.
All right. All right. Um, how are you doing today? Somebody text me something. Can you still hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. I don't see anything in the comment thread, so it might just be like a personal text to you. Are you with me?
Jamie Sowell.
Yeah, I won't be
Can
able
you
to
hear
see
me?
any comments from the group, but if you see those, then you can respond to those too. I don't see those on here. Are you with us?
Do
I'm gonna open up the group as well so I can see what's going on in that
yep.
particular one.
I'm back.
Okay, yeah, I can see.
I don't know who typed.
Okay,
Yeah. So can you just read the questions off? Like it's messing up.
yeah. I don't see any other questions on there. Just some folks are saying that they love you, they're praying for you, wanting to just know about the pastor. And you do have a direct connection with him. That's just between you and him.
Me, him, and Marcus. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a group thing. Okay,
Yeah.
and then all right, and so basically you're in a situation where things aren't really going too well with you and your mom, your biological mom. And
Yeah.
but did you say that she packed her stuff and told you to leave, or you're just not getting along with her?
She packed myself. So I was on a
Mhm.
suicide thing. Like I was depressed because she kept talking about my sister to Dr. O'Daly and all of this stuff. And then I was like, bruh, stop talking about.
It looks
I'm
like
like, well, do you know? And then like that transpired, and I was like, and she was like, well, you need to stop looking for it because it's dangerous, and you're causing your sister more harm if you're trying to look for her or trying to help her in any way and all of that stuff. And I was like, what? So I walked out the room because she had an interview with Dr. Delia. I walked out the room, and then mm, Miss Pipes, Brenda Pipes said on the phone, well, he left our room, just talk to me. So then he just kept walking by. He was like, people kill each other for this. Y'all need to stop joking around because people die for sex trafficking and all of this stuff. I'm like, what joke? She's acting like I know where my sister is. And
Mhm.
it just pisses me off, right? So then I was like, I just snapped. It's like it just pissed me off. I snapped. I was like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about death. I wanted to kill myself for the longest time. I had depression. She was like, well, good for you. And then she was like, you think I care? And all of that stuff. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, oh, and then she went to the Christian thing. She said that, and then she went to the Christian thing. She was like, well, God, this, or yada, 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 and all of that. And then I was saying, all right, I'm gonna leave in a month. And she was like, okay, I don't care if you leave. I don't give a fuck. I don't understand why you came up here in the first place and all of this stuff. And I was like, all right. So then it just pissed me off, right? Because she kept expecting me to give her money and all of this, and then she lied to me this entire time because I just found out, thanks to Marcus, that she's on Section 8, right? And I didn't know what that was at all. And then my cousin
Mhm.
Shishi, who I'm living with now, she told
Mhm.
me, Section 8 for like you don't have to pay rent or some crap like that, where you don't really have that. You get paid checks instead of paying rent, right?
Mhm.
And all of this. Can you explain it better?
Section 8 is basically like a housing program. So if somebody, um, they basically get assistance to pay for their rent, and sometimes there are situations where people do get money instead of paying money. Um, but it's basically a program that helps subsidize, like pay part of your rent or all of your rent.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she's on Section 8, right? And then she was saying, she kept yelling at me every day that, you got to turn all of this stuff off because I got bills to pay, yada, yada, and all of this. And I'm like, okay, I'm following all of this, right? And so she like, I'm broke. Every conversation, she always say she broke. And then I'm like, what? And to all of this, I'm just pissed off, right? So
Mhm.
then she saying all of this, and I'm like, okay. So then out of the courage in my heart, right? I'm like, I'm living in the house. I got some money, a little bit of money. I'm spending it on these home appliances and stuff. And then she started telling me what to buy and all of this stuff. I'm like, okay. So I spent enough money on her, and like the majority of that stuff is Amsterdam vodka, because that's pretty much what she likes to drink. Amsterdam vodka with a splash of apple cranberry juice. That's mainly what she
Mhm.
drinks. And all of that. But like I spend it on that, spend it on bleach, spend it on some stuff for cleaning the bathroom and all of that. And then um I buy some food and all of that. And then it's like it's just a bunch of crap, right? And she keeps
Mhm.
saying I need to save money and all of that stuff because people out here got bills to pay, all of that. I'm like, okay. But it's like, eh, I didn't know that you weren't really paying rent, and like you're getting paid checks, and that's how you have enough money. Because she spent $500 in a day, like it was nothing, right? And I didn't know, and so like, yeah, I was like, oh snap. So do you do have money? And she was like, well, that came out of my savings. Now my savings are low and all of that. And I was like, oh, okay. So then, like, yeah, I didn't know. And so all that money I was spending, I'm pretty much all my stuff is drained now. So I'm like, okay, I'm done. So that was that. And yeah. So at this point, I'm like, I'm tired of getting used, right? And so I kind of gave up on life. I'm about to, like, think about committing suicide and all of that. And I don't. I kind of regret not doing it, but at the same time, I I want it, but then in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, I can't kill myself because I'm trying to. I don't know. It's just like I don't know. And then people started telling me because that's when I made my Facebook posts and all of that. People started giving me a little bit of encouragement and saying your sister needs you and all of that. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's true, and all of that. So then I was like, all right. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. So yeah.
Okay. So you're right now you're just kind of you're trying to find a way to get down to Atlanta. So you've got a GoFundMe, um,
Yeah.
and the
If any of
GoFundMe.
y'all can help, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just basically saying that you have the GoFundMe there. I'm going to put your Cash App back in the comments. Somebody asked for your Cash App, so I'm putting that in there as well.
Yeah. And please, y'all, apparently, um, there's more than one of my cash apps. People are trading them. It's Aristotle Urus. Make sure the A is capitalized and the E is capitalized. There is no dot. There is no number in my name, and all of that. And on Cash App, there's an orange J. That's like my little symbol. Is an orange J. So yeah, orange capital J. Just
And I
to
just
make it clear.
I just put your Cash App in the ticker too for those that want it.
All right. Thanks.
Hmm.
But yeah, feel free to ask questions, whatever y'all want to know. I'm an open book right now, so knock yourselves out.
Anybody have any questions? You can put them in the comment thread.
Yeah.
Are you open to anybody coming and joining on the live to ask any questions?
I don't care.
Okay. Let's see, 1 second here.
Ba-da-da-da-da. Sorry,
Wow.
McDonald's ringtone is stuck in my head.
Okay.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Guys, I'm
Yep.
putting a link in the comments. So if you're interested in coming on here and joining the live to ask your questions, feel free to click on that and I'll let you in. Somebody said, I know you want to get to Atlanta, but what about your sister? Didn't you say she told you she was in Chicago?
Yeah. But I'm saying here, for the time being, that's why I'm trying to save as much money up as I can to go to Atlanta. And it's like, it's not just for me, it's for her too. Because she got an apartment, she got a college education now, and all of that. But I seriously, it's like, I don't know how many people believe in the fact of trying to find her, because my mother just told me not to believe in that fact. She pretty much just told me to stop trying to search for her. Dr. Ophelia just told me to stop trying to search for her. And it's like, it's ridiculous. And so I'm trying to find her, but I don't know how to. So somebody help me out, because we signed a missing person report and a bunch of other crap. And it's like, well, really, I did. And so, yeah, that was that. But it's what I don't understand. Thank you for saying that. I want to apologize for everybody, because I said there was a missing person report, like, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks when I got down here, when all of this had went up. And I did not realize that she had not put a missing person report up, because it happened like, I think it was a week ago that she finally put a missing person report up, because I was told that there was a missing person report up, because that's what she note, that was my mother, she had stated that she had already made a missing person report. And I was like, okay, cool. But she hadn't. So I was like, oh snap. You know, a month later, there's no missing person report for my sister, and you're saying, oh, we're trying to find her and all of this stuff. Obviously, that's showing you don't care, because it takes you a month to actually put a missing person report and stuff up. That was ridiculous. So yeah.
Yeah, I did see that there is actually one now. There is one now for sure.
Yeah,
Tip.
because I was told there was. And so I was backing up what she said. I was like, yeah, I was told there was, but there wasn't. And I thank you for everybody for cracking down on that, because I did not know there was not one. So yeah. Any other questions?
Yep. Tiff says, can you please let people know why Jaden, why you have had 3 GoFundMe so far, and why the church that adopted you is not paying for your ticket?
3 GoFundMes. Oh, one of those don't matter. Please tell me nobody donated to that, because that was not supposed to be put up. I'm gonna take that one now. Nobody donated, according to my knowledge. But yeah, the only 2 that I had was one for my sister. That's for saved up money for her, and then the other one, that's just for me. But I don't know how to take the money out for my sister's GoFundMe. It says 1,100 is in there, and I don't know. But yeah, and then my second one, that was just to save up, so to go to Atlanta. And who was that? Tiff Russell?
Yeah,
I think that was Tiff
that's
Russell.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, what's up, Miss Tiff Russell?
So the first one, did you set the first GoFundMe up, the one that's for your sister that you can't access, or did somebody help you with that one?
Yeah, I set that one up. It's just like, I don't know. It says it's on hold frequency or something like that. That's what it keeps saying. And so I was like, okay, cool. So I didn't care.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's that.
Have you thought about calling Travelers Aid as well? Have you ever heard of
Okay,
Travelers
say that
Aid?
again.
There's something called Travelers Aid where you might be able to get help with a one-way ticket to Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Picking up, baby.
Connection secure. Is this connecting secure?
It was just choppy, but we can hear you now.
Can you say something?
Hello?
Okay, cool. All right. I'll look in there. I'll look in that. If somebody tried to call me and then everything messed up and that was crazy. But I never heard of that. But I'll look it up. I'll look into it for sure. And yeah, thanks guys. And before anybody judges my size, I will start working out because I realize this thing is super tight on me.
Don't worry, we
But
can't.
yeah,
You're fine. Have you priced tickets?
Right,
Somebody's asked how much you think the ticket might be.
to Atlanta. So to get up here from O'Hare Airport, in total for me, majority of my money went. That thing was destroyed. My cousin Shishi, who I'm staying with now, she spent $280 some on a ticket, and then an additional. I had to pay like in total an additional $50 for me to tag one bag, and then I had to pay in order to get from here to Zion $116. So quite a bit of change, but it was quite a bit of change. I'm gonna just say that. But yeah.
And the prices fluctuate, so it might not be the same. So
Yeah. So
yeah.
It was pretty good chunk of change.
Tiff also said she wanted me to let you know that she's worried about you.
Thank you. And yeah, for real, it's like y'all actually one giant family, and I thank y'all for everything. Cause like for real, couldn't make it past majority of this stuff without y'all support, and without like my family support. Well, Texas on my family because like, I didn't expect this to happen. Like me, I left my adopted parents, came up here. Thought it'd be cool. Then, hey, thought that was the end of the story, but we're here now. So that's that. Thank y'all for all your support and love you.
Natalie says, I think he has a great story of resilience. It would be a good idea to journal everything you remember you're experiencing so you can write a book one day.
You want me to write a book? Natalie, that's what, Natalie Makani, I think?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Another awesome person.
Yeah, I just want to say this. I failed. I didn't actually fail, like F mom's, writing and all of that. I got like a B minus, but still, I'm terrible at writing. I'm gonna say that. I'm terrible at writing, but I don't know. Maybe I can make an audiobook. I guess I got thoughts make an audiobook maybe. So, but yeah, thanks. That might be a good idea. Write a book. Actually, my sister's in the middle of writing a book.
Me too.
Yeah, because my sister, her name's Katwana, she's in the middle of writing a book, and y'all should read it. Y'all should really read it. But yeah, I'll let y'all know about that information. But yeah.
Somebody said, have you asked anyone in Atlanta to check around some of the homeless shelters?
Oh, Pastor Jamal Bryan did that. He went with the chief of police. They checked they gave a red flag in Atlanta to see if they find her, to notify me, and yeah, they were gonna hold her so that like they could find her. So kudos to him, because that's a big favor, and I thank him for that. So yeah.
And then it says, does Jemiah know anything about the Chicago area?
Well, let's say this. We were both isolated from the age of 4 to the age of 18. We could not have friends. We did not go out. We never played games. Didn't really eat much, and all of this other crap. So we were just isolated. It was pretty much like, I don't know, a prison in its making. So like in its own making. So no, she knew nothing about Chicago or none of that, because we didn't even grow up here. We didn't grow up in Chicago, Zion. We grew up in Waukegan. We started out there, moved to Lindenhurst, Illinois, which is like a way, like suburb rich town. And then yeah, that was that. She knows nothing about Chicago or none of that. So Yeah, no.
Mhm.
The answer to your question. Who asked that?
It doesn't say. It says Facebook user.
Oh yeah, but no, no.
And somebody, Natalie said, "What is the lawsuit for the adoptive parents?"
Please do not tell me y'all trying to. No, I'm just kidding. But for that adopted parents. So I was convinced by my mother to create a lawsuit and on my adopted parents, because in my opinion, none of this would be happening if we hadn't been driven 1,200 miles.
You there, Jaden? I think you might be checking something.
Y'all hear that?
Okay, you're there. There you
Okay,
are.
y'all want me to explain that one more time? You want me to explain that one more time? Sorry, somebody called me again. But I was saying that what happened was I filed a lawsuit because I was convinced by my mother in order to do so, right?
Mhm,
And now I realize that she really don't care much except for money, right?
mhm.
So it's just monetary gain, which I was like, okay, cool. And she kept telling me, don't do interviews with nobody. Forget about all this situation because you're going to be a millionaire in the making. And I was like, what? Because she said she was going to file a lawsuit against DCFS. And I ain't gonna lie, that makes sense because a bunch of people that struggle with DCFS and the way they do things, I don't agree with. So I understand that. But she told me I need to do a lawsuit against my adopted parents. And I kind of get that because be happening and my sister and I had been driven 1,200 miles down south, left at the gates of a homeless shelter, literally in a giant city, and then like they drove away, and we're supposed to figure out life on our own. None but $200 and a bunch of clothes with us.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all work. It's like see you don't give a damn about it, so yeah, just leave and that's pretty much it. And then yeah, so I wanted to do a lawsuit on them for negligence at that point, um, and for abuse, mental abuse, because apparently I've been told that majority of the stuff I think is normal isn't really normal, and I need to unlearn stuff. So yeah, I don't
Definitely.
know how that works, but yeah. So yeah, and they said I need to get counseling. That's Marcus told me. I do need to get counseling, but also about not adopted parents that it doesn't matter because I'm a retard anyway. So that was that. But I don't. We ain't getting into that. Um, yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to do. I don't know if I actually will be able to, but yeah.
Mhm.
Any other
So,
questions, y'all?
Ty Gooden says, "Have you spoken to her since the last call?"
No, I have not. I called her. There was no pickup, so I don't know if this was like just a setup Facebook, he shut it off, or like if she's actually called me or something like that. So
Mhm.
yeah. So
So you have
no,
you
I
haven't been
haven't.
able. Okay. Okay.
No, I
Now
haven't.
you say that you tried calling her, but it was off, or
Yeah, I tried calling her. It just rung and it didn't answer. So
gotcha. Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. Um, and somebody said, "I do agree with the counseling, but you are very intelligent."
Thanks.
Um, and it says, Patrice Harewood says, "You are such a beautiful person, Jaden. Don't give up on life. I've been watching from your sister's first interview with Marcus. I'm in London, UK. If you ever want to come over, I love you too."
Well, I love you, and yo, London's one of the many places I want to go to. I'm dead serious. London's one of the many places I want to go to. So yeah.
And looks like Dr. Princess Odilia is on here now. And I'm just going to read what she said. It says, "This is horrible, lying on his mom, and I know this. We can't air this. Do not give him the floor to do this. He doesn't even know really what he is doing." I don't know that I necessarily agree with that full statement, Dr. Princess Odilia. Nobody's there with Jaden in the house to know what's really going on. But I'm very grateful that you are trying to give a platform to Jemiah Missing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she also said he has a beautiful soul and is also being manipulated. Again, I hope that's not the case. I did watch your show the other day on TikTok, and when you were live with the mom. I do not personally live or visit or even know anybody in Jaden's biological mom's household, so I can't tell you. Taking one word over the other is really not my MO.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say that she was telling the truth and he's lying because I talk to him quite regular. So um, let's just hope that that's not what's going on. But I'm definitely going to give him a platform to talk.
Yeah,
And
but what I wanted to ask was, why am I not allowed to have the floor or air? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If you could answer that, answer me that, Dr. Odelia, because if you can provide an alternative, like a positive alternative, because I don't understand why I can't say my voice. And also, please answer the question of what I lied on my mother. Please do so, because personally, for me, I thought your interview with my mother was quite biased and almost offensive, because it seemed like your last one might have been trying to shame me a little, but I didn't care much about that. That was one of the reasons why I left too, because before that interview had aired, I was listening to the interview. I was just listening to her voice, and she kept nagging and nagging to me about, it's my interview, it's my time, you don't matter no more, yada yada yada, and all of that stuff. But if you can tell me what I lied on, please do. And yeah, man, that's all I really care. So thank you.
do you want her to come up here and address any of these questions or concerns she has? Because she's basically saying that everything you're saying is a lie, that you did not beg for money. She did not beg you for money. She's talked to the family and she said, please do not lie on his mom. I'm not lying on anybody, so yeah, I'm not
Wait,
lying on anybody. I'm letting Jaden
wait, wait.
have a platform to talk. And I'll
Okay,
put a link in the comments here. She says she'd rather join. Let me see.
all right, I'm fine
There
with
you
that.
go. There's a link there. If you join, I will add you.
All right, go ahead.
Let's see.
And this time I will remain calm, because you know I don't want no stress and nothing. That's what I'm saying. But yeah.
Yeah. There's a link. It should have a StreamYard.com link in the comments. And if you click on that, then I'll see you. You'll pop up, and I'll be able to add you to the board. I'm just waiting for her.
All right, I got you.
I'll post it one more time. I know it's in there, but I don't know if it's kind of disappearing for. Okay. I posted it again. So far, I don't see anybody trying to join yet, so we'll just give her a minute, guys. That way she
But
can address this on here
yeah,
with you.
but ask questions too. I'll
Yeah.
just answer. Continue
Okay.
answer questions.
And let's see. Scroll up a little. Okay. She said she wasn't talking about me. Okay. That's cool. And let's see.
Yeah, but I still want to know what I was lying about. I mean,
Patrice Harewood said, come over with your sister when we find her. You can message me anytime. Prayers for you both.
yeah, I know. Hey, thanks. But yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So I did put a link in there. I can read it off to y'all if you want it.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
that way you can just type it in maybe. And so it's going to be HTTPS. It's a secure site, of course, the semicolon // Then it's StreamYard, S as in Sam, T as in Tom, REA, M as in Mary, and then yard, YARD.com / and then it's K7, V as in Victor, E as in Edward, the number 2, D as in David, D as in David, Q, U, E as in Edward. And
Dang.
I'll say that again. It's StreamYard.com And Dr. Princess Odelia, you said you went in, but I don't see anybody trying to get in. And the last part of it is /K7, B as in Victor, E as in Edward, 2. Okay, it's not letting you do something. If you have anything open, Dr. Princess Odelia, that is using your microphone, like maybe if you're on a FaceTime or a video chat or another app that's playing something, it will not let you join with the microphone thing being used on another platform. I don't know if that's the case, but that may be one of the issues. We'll let her look to see if that might be it.
All right. Any other questions?
Let's see. I'm looking. And then Dr. Princess Odelia said, the cases he mentioned, I have been on the phone when he has had those outbursts. So she's referring to some outbursts.
Yeah, those outbursts when she told me that, when I stated that I had wanted, I'm not afraid to die. I'm suicidal. I wanted to kill myself for the longest time. And that was the outburst. She was on the phone. Now, what I'm trying to figure out is, what am I lying about?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
If you actually get off of the live and then click the link to join, it'll let you in. I forgot about that as well. So if you're on the Facebook Live watching, or because you're listening to it, you have to actually leave and then click the link, and that way you're not using any apps. That happened to both you, Jaden, and some other folks that have tried to join. Okay, and she did say her phone is dying. Her settings need to be updated, so she may or may not be able to join, but that is probably part of the situation. I'm going to give her another minute or two.
Yeah, sure. If she doesn't join, okay. She probably might contact me on my Facebook or something like that. Or contact my mother, one way or another. It doesn't matter. Any other questions, stuff?
I don't necessarily myself personally have too many questions yet, because I know that we've been talking and I've been trying to share with folks, and share as we go along. I do want to say that
yeah, thank you for that.
Everybody has their side to the story. There's your side of the story, her side of the story. There's always going to be a story, and there's everybody's going to interpret things differently. I don't want to get into a situation where someone's saying that Jaden's mom is telling the truth, or Jaden's telling the truth, or whatever. There's stuff going on that's obvious, and whether Jaden may be internalizing things differently than how it's being spoken. And if there are outbursts, hey, a lot of people have outburst behaviors, breakdowns, anxiety, depression, anger. There's a lot of behavior in response to all the situations that he's going through currently, and everything he's been through in his whole entire life, even before he was taken and put into the foster system and adoption system. So I understand, there does need to be some compassion and understanding and love and caring towards his biological mom and anything she's dealt with or is currently dealing with. But we're talking about an 18-year-old child here. I know you're not a child, Jaden, but I'm a mom.
Yeah, I know. Y'all gonna say y'all still babies to us.
Yeah.
I got it.
So, you got to give him a little bit of grace here. Jaden needs a little bit of grace, and he needs a lot of help. And even with an outburst doesn't mean that the other person you're talking to is lying. It just means that everybody's internalizing things differently. Some people do outright lie. I'm not going to say whether she's outright lying or he's outright lying. I don't play that game. I'm not going to give anybody a platform to play that game either. So I'm glad that you came on here live. That takes a lot of courage. You're going through a lot.
My people have been asking. Right. Oh, well, so for those who have questions, I'm tired of just kept texting and stuff and all of that. So I'm just, at this point, if y'all have if there's a bunch of questions being sent to me, I might as well, I'll just start going live and try to explain it more, because, texting it differently is just it's like me almost trying to reiterate myself like 1,000 times, and it's so hard. So I'll just go live as much as I can, I guess.
Yeah. And guys, Jaden does still need support. Okay, he needs support, and I'd really like the focus to be, if anybody really wants to help. I don't think the issue about who's lying and who's telling the truth and all that should even really be a discussion. The point right now is that Jaden is not comfortable where he's at. He wants to go back to Atlanta to get more help, okay, because he's been offered help there. It's not a good situation for him. Okay, that's his choice. He is still actively trying to find his sister, which is Jemiah Bratcher.
Bratcher. Yeah.
And I'm working on that, all the way from sun up to way past sundown myself. I'm working with another gal. We're both working pretty much morning to morning, really, basically. So if anybody's really interested in helping out with Jemiah, you can reach out to me if you're not comfortable posting it in the group. Again, it's where is Jemiah Bratcher? Okay. But if you really are interested in helping, there's plenty of ways that we can kind of help guide you on that. Part of it is, you want to help them, you can donate. You don't have to donate. So if you're against donating money, then don't donate any money. I'm sure he's understanding, and he's fine with that as well. But there are some folks who have asked. So if you are interested in donating money, I've put up both his GoFundMe, and again, I'll put up his Cash App again. And, if it's in your heart to do that, then it's in your heart to do that. So again, let's just try to support Jaden in finding Jemiah. Anything that's happened up until this point to me is kind of a moot point. It's irrelevant. He does not feel comfortable there, and he might not even feel safe there anymore. Not even necessarily as a direct threat from his mom. I mean, just the whole situation in general. Okay, stuff that's going on with Jemiah. We believe she's being sexually trafficked, and the whole situation of him being there and people knowing where he's at in some degree might not be a really good situation for him. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jane, if I say anything that you don't agree with.
Oh, no, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Somebody did say, have you tried to reach out to your adoptive parents again just to see if she has tried to call them again?
First off, she will never call them, because believe me, you think well, my adopted mother and her never got along, and she didn't really care much for them. And look, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all, I don't really remember their number, straight up. It's been informed to me that they moved, so I don't know if they still got the same number anyway. But the only number I remember is the home phone number, and yeah, I don't know. I'll try to call them, but the first time I called them, they said no, she wasn't down there, and that was when Jamal was first missing. Turns out she was still in Atlanta, and they moved houses now based on all this interview and stuff because of everybody finding out what they did, right? And then none of that no more. So yeah. And I kind of forgot it for a reason. They told us never to contact them again. Only time to contact them is well, never really. They just told us to figure it out ourselves, and yeah, that's pretty much that. So,
what about the aunt who reached out to you? I know on one of the interviews I saw Jemiah said that you were talking to one of the aunts on the Bratcher side.
Yeah, I actually haven't talked to her yet. I haven't talked to her in a while. Oh, yeah, I did. Never mind. I'm completely right there. I'm so sorry. I literally just talked to her because I was depressed and sad and stuff. And then she texted me. She was like, people do love you and care for you and all of that. And I was like, I was really in my feelings. And I was really pissed off. And I texted her lies. And then, yeah, that was the last thing. She put an emoji with a tear coming down on it. And then she texted something and then unsent the message. I don't know if I saw it, but yeah, that's pretty much that. So yeah, I'll see. I'll see if they know anything. I'll text them.
Somebody asked about if it was on the news or not. I know that I am trying, and I know I talked to a couple other people that are trying to get some awareness on the news as well. Um, so we're hoping to get some of this more, more traction that way. And then, and then um, I'm also on. I'm waiting for a message back from missing one of the missing persons or national organizations, and I'm just waiting. I put in a freedom of information request to the police department in Zion. So as soon as I get a copy of that police report, then they'll start listing it on their sites as well nationally. So says it takes 5 to 7 days to get a copy of that. So as soon as I get that, guys, I'm going to be able to get help Jaden get it listed everywhere. I'm already working with one person that's going to put it in motion. So.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's see. And is there any more questions? You want more questions, Jaden?
If they got questions, shoot. Hold up, I need to charge my phone.
And I just put the link to his new GoFundMe also in the comments again. Somebody had asked for it. I realize the ticker is probably not clickable, so I put it in the comments.
Yeah, I'm about to put my phone in the charger.
Okay. Well, thanks, Sheena. Somebody did ask, do you know if the police was able to look at the videos from the hospital?
No, I did not know. Well, first off, I don't even have the number to the officer's phone number that did the interview with us. My mother has that phone number, but
I did see.
I don't know any information about that.
I did see. I did see the officer's name, or part of it, anyways, on Dr. Princess Odelia's live. So I did take a screenshot of that, and then it will be on the police report as well. Plus, you can call Jaden if you want the phone number to call him directly yourself. I can give that to you.
Yeah, please do. Because I called 911 and to figure it out, and I messed up on that because they were like 911 for emergencies only. You can't do a follow up, and I was like, oh snap! I was like, I felt bad for that, but yeah.
And I know also, like there are HIPAA laws. There are HIPAA laws, but that might prevent some information. But I actually have the information for the security director there at Northwest Hospital. I was going to reach out. That's one of my to-do things today, to try to see if there's any surveillance or.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Okay, somebody said add more info on the GoFundMe that would want people to give. They want more information about your GoFundMe.
Oh, okay. So for new GoFundMe, the reason why I made it in the first place was simply because, in case I didn't know, Pastor Jamal Bryan had offered me a scholarship to college, right? A full ride scholarship and an apartment, but I need to be down there in Atlanta to do so, and so I was trying to raise some money in order to get down there. Is that a?
Yep, I think that's that kind of gives a little bit of information. Maybe what you'll be using it for, like will you be using it to stay somewhere until you can kind of hook up with the pastor and his resources?
Yeah.
So it's not just for like a plane ticket or whatever kind of ticket. It's also to, give you enough money to get a room or something until you get set up with the pastor. Is that correct? Eating and so forth. Okay. And the person just wants a little bit more to your story. They just want a little bit more information about the GoFundMe.
All right. So
maybe kind of, and I know that we've gone through this a lot. A lot of us are following the whole Jaden Bratcher missing story, and the story about both of you being dropped off at the homeless shelter. For those that are just joining this live and don't know a whole lot about the whole situation, without going into it for the next 10 hours,
Yeah,
Can you kind of
this
just
is gonna be a
share
long
what
time.
happened, like sum it up? Yeah. There's some people that are probably joining this live that really don't even know the story.
Well, okay. So, all right, let me tell the story. I was gonna get a chair and talk, but I'm gonna stand. Okay, so we were dropped off at a homeless shelter. I'm gonna just fast forward from there. My sister came up here, right? Had an argument with my mother. My sister then left. I came up here to my mom's house, well, mother's house, and then yeah, bunch of crap happened. Ended up trying to start a GoFundMe to help raise money for Jemiah and raise awareness, thanks to Marcus, Atlanta Street interviews, and all of that. So then I was like, okay, cool. So this story caught wind was it got caught up by Pastor Jamal Bryant. And yeah, in case you don't know who he is, he's an owner of a mega church in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's titled New Birth. It's a really good church. Sunday service. I think it starts at like 8 to 9. I think that's opening. But yeah. So he got the story of my sister, then found out she was a twin, found me, and then we had a conversation. Me, Marcus, and the pastor had a conversation on Instagram, and then he invited me to a Sunday service. And then on the Sunday service, I saw it, and then I was like, okay, cool. And then he struck up and was like, hey, college scholarship and an apartment. I'm like, whoa, right? And then so me and my sister, he got that for both of us. But in order for me to get it, I need to go down to Atlanta. And so yeah, it's schooling and it's housing, and I need to go down there to Atlanta. And then had this argument with my mother, and no, it was really getting heated between me and my mother. So then at this point, I was like, all right, forget it. And then yeah, I was pissed off. I really wanted to try to take things in my own hands and try to get down there as fast as I can because I was incredibly pissed off. So yeah, I don't know if that sums it up, but yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe go on your page and kind of add a little bit more of that context. And then I'd probably also add in, sum up the story about how you guys got in a situation in the first place, and what's happened since.
All
Kind
right,
of tie
I
it all
got you.
together. Yeah, definitely. That'll help a lot. That'll help you. That'll help a lot of folks that really, there's a lot of people in the whole world, really, not even just, this country, but people all over the world are concerned about you guys. And the more you can add to it and tell your story, the more success you'll have with that.
I got you.
I don't see any more
other
questions.
No more questions? Because I need to go to the bathroom.
Well, we can go ahead and get off. We can get off now. And then I'll get you that information. I'll send you the information for the police department that you can call and actually get that. And then I'll send you the number that or the person's information that I had managed to screenshot. I don't know if the whole thing's there, but I'll send that to you.
All right, thanks.
And somebody said there looks like Sheena. She's from the group too. Sheena Chanel. She's another wonderful person. She said, "I'm so glad to see you're in better spirits." Me too.
Me too. Yeah. Thanks, all of y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to get some counseling because I need it. So yeah.
And Africa, Israel, I believe it is. Israel said, "You don't know it yet, but your story will change the world." I agree.
All right, I got y'all. Thanks, y'all. Whew.
All right. Well, thanks for going live on here and talking to everybody. And I'm rooting for you. You know that. There's so many people rooting for you. And
I got you.
All right. Go ahead and sign off for now. You can go do what you got to do.
All right. See ya.
All right.
Have a good day.
Bye, guys. Thanks for joining. See you later.
Yeah.
Come on again soon. Peace out.